control of the earth. And it was given to Adam and Eve, to mankind before the fall. But after the fall, there was no real management of God's creation by mankind, by our forefathers before the sin. After the sin, everybody is on their own way. And there was abuse of creation instead of replenishing the earth. So now, when the government was invented, okay, the government assumed that particular mandate. So they're the one taking full control of the earth. Now, the earth can be the earth of the Philippines. So the government of the Philippines is taking full control of all the natural resources of the Philippines. And because the leaders in the government are not believers of the Lord, then there's what we call corruption. The corruption of God's creation. So the people are suffering because of that. Now, how can we as Christians, when we do mission, consider that particular aspect as one of the factors in our society when we do mission? Right? We don't set aside the government. We need to tackle, we need to really study what the government is doing in the mission field itself. If we are targeting the mission field, what is the government program in reaching out that particular area? Like for example, when he presented the children in a poor community, I was wondering, I was asking question in my mind, hey, do you have a partner who's from the government so that these children will be given proper education? Because that's supposed to be the role of the government. That is not your role. Your role is to tap the resources of the government. Connect them to the government. But Christian missions, we are doing what's supposed to be the government's job. See? That's why we lack resources. Because they're the one taking full control of the resources, all the taxes. Without the check and balance from us, nobody cares. They don't care. So, next is the marketplace. The marketplace is, as we know, whenever we go to a community, one of the life-giving forces in a society is the marketplace. Question, are we targeting the marketplace as a mission field? If not, we are missing a lot because the marketplace is the economic influence in any society. If there's no market in a community, that community is a poor community. Right? So all the people in the mountains, they will go down to the market once a week. They will walk miles and miles away, distance, just to buy food, just to buy the, basic essentials. Now the marketplace is giving life to the society. Question, are we targeting the marketplace? Or we are avoiding the marketplace because we do not know the language of the marketplace. So one of the skills that we must also develop is how the market people, the economic influencers, are talking. What are the languages that they are using? What currency are they using? Do we know that? So that when we talk to them, we know their language and they can understand that. That's part of what we call the incarnation of mission. When we incarnate Christ, we need to what? Enculturize ourselves. Enculturation, right? So we need to know, and by knowing, we need to listen. We need to listen to what they are talking about. What is important to them? And then, the masses, the people power. Usually, Christians, mission organizations, they target the masses. They are the low labor force and the low income market. They are the poor people. Why? because it's very easy to go to the poor people. When we bring something to them, they will say, welcome, welcome. They will not reject us. So the people, the poor people, is the easy target of mission because we are readily accepted. Hey, are you listening to me? Am I talking sense here? See, it is very important that we must not put bias in the triad of powers on this side only. We need to target all. And we need to position ourselves in the middle so that we can be the conduit of all the interactions, influences across the power lines. Where the church is strategically located, we must locate ourselves in the center of the triad of powers to transform its power that be in society. More about this later. If you will contact me, I will share to you some materials on this. If you have questions, I will end with your questions.
Well, thank you. Let's give a big hand to Well, I would say that it's short but so powerful. Well, this is some new perspective that we need to really consider about. So before we let Dr. Medina goes to his place, let's shoot some questions. I believe the topic that he put up is something concerns a lot of questions.
Yeah, like what you presented just now, it is very, very powerful and wonderful. In my own experience, many times we ignore the government people. We don't like to go there. But there is a resources in the government people. So like one example, we have a fellowship in our city. I am serving as a chairman in that fellowship called Pastor Fellowship. So 2 years back, we were planning to have a revival meeting in our city, 4,000 to 5,000 people. Then we went to our local MP, member of parliament. He's a Muslim. So then we submitted an application. Sir, please come. We want to make you an honorable guest in that revival meeting. So then after that we had a very good relationship with him. So later on, he gave 4 of our churches in our Bangladeshi taka, we call taka, 50,000 taka, which is say $500 US dollar. Each churches. It is a lot of money, and he told you can celebrate Christmas in your church with all the believers. So we invited in that meeting. There are 5,000 people gathered in open place, and he came. He gave address, and also in front of the 5,000 people in our main city, we prayed for him, and he was very pleased. And now, after that incident, we have a very good relationship with him. Whenever we are finding any problem, we just call him and he solves the problem. So, we believe what is shared is very, very powerful. Thank you.
All right, one of the, yes, can I start?
In the same line of questions, why Christianity is not focused on that much, which is a marketplace and government area. You already mentioned about that's the people related, low people related, it's very easy to access welcoming. So what other main factors why we did not focus that much for that 2 area, and how we, okay, good. Identifying is first step. How we discover that marketplace, because there are so many dualism issues behind that.
Yeah.
So that why I would like to know about what is the major reason of.
Number one is the separation of church and state doctrine. We put that in our mind.
Our mindset.
It's in our mindset. It was taught by our teachers in the Bible school. I'm a graduate of Bible school, and I have my Bible bachelor and master and many other master. but that particular mindset that I would say, whether we like it or not, it's affecting our decisions. Okay, to really reach out to the government, because the government is dirty. The government is filled with corruption. We do not want to be corrupted by engaging in the government affairs. You see, every election, you will see these candidates. If you will ask their profile, who are these candidates? It's very, very rare that you will see a Christian candidate there. All of them are coming from political class. They were trained since the beginning to rule over the earth. What is the earth? Our country. My earth is the Philippines. Like your earth is Korea. Your earth is India. See? That is the geographical territory that we are part of. That is our earth that we must take full control of. But we are giving that privilege to those who are not believers of God, who created that particular earth. That's why there is corruption. So, what we need to do in our training programs, and I'd like to see that also in CIN, where you will influence churches, that their Sunday school will not just be character development, but also competency building. Since the start, the child, we have children Sunday school, we'll train them to become leaders. Not just leaders in the church, but leaders in all the pillars of society. Because everyone has a unique gifting. When they go on their way, train the child in the way he should go, for when he's old, he will not depart from it. What is the gifting of that particular child? Let's see, let's evaluate, then we'll provide training. So that that particular child will become what? Leader of the future. Now, whether in government or NGO or marketplace, he or she will become a leader. So, next time around, we'll see candidates during elections. Out of 10, maybe 7 are Christians. Then, when we elect Christians, we have like majority are Christians. Whoever win will win. The country will have a Christian leader in the future. So, we need what? Leadership development program. It should start now. Now, in my example, I train my children to engage in government affairs. So since they were young people, I supported them. I set aside a budget for them to run in the government. My daughter is one of the leaders in our district. He's a he's an elected official. And he can call Malacanang Palace. I should say. She can call. She can call the senator if there's a problem that needs the attention of the senator or office of the president. I'm also a government consultant right now. Okay? So, in other words, let's not be afraid to face off with the powers that be in the government. We should not go to the government like this. Right? We should not go to the government officials begging. We should go to the government official as what? As consultants. They will get us as consultants because we have the wisdom from God. In any issue in the government, we have direct access to the wisest of all gods, the God of the entire creation. Why can't we talk about it to the government official? They need us. They need our advice because we are grounded. They are not. They are in the office. We are on the ground, on the mission field. Right? so we can tell them what we heard, the pains of the people. Because we are among the people. But we are not talking to them. Because there is that wall. What is that wall? Separation of church and state. No, there's no separation. There's no wall. There's no box. Let's move. Let's face off the government. Now, the marketplace. Because also of the mindset that if Christians, if pastors are engaged in business, then that pastor is dirty. His hands are dirty. And he is serving two masters. Right? You see that verse? You cannot serve God and mammon. There's no Satan there. It's money and versus God. There's no Satan. Was it mentioned that you cannot serve Satan and God? No. It's money. And what is money? Money is just a means of exchange. Because people thought that money, when you engage in money, when you do business with money, your hands will become dirty. As Christians, we will teach people how to handle money. And handling money is like you separate what is for food and what is for planting. You don't consume all the money that is in your hand. You separate what is this for food, okay? You eat so that you will survive. But then this one is for planting so that the money planted in a fertile soil will grow. And you will see tree, and the tree will have money fruit, so that you can use in mission.
Yes.
I'm engaged in business. I'm a pastor. I'm an ordained bishop of our denomination with 120 local churches in the Philippines for our international churches. And I'm directing the transformational development of communities. Because when I go to the community, when we go to the community mission field, we check this, the trial powers. So we give honor and respect to the barangay chairman. Hey, barangay chairman, we are new, we are doing this ministry, blah, blah, blah. And then we go to the marketplace also. Because these are the life-giving factors, forces in a given community, in a given society. You need to deal with them. And then find in each one of them what we call a man of peace. Man of peace. Because there is man of peace in the government, there is man of peace in the market.